You look a little lost, friend. You got somewhere you need to be. I can fly you there. All right, suit yourself.
Still sniffing scraps from the hand of the Atreides. Oh, I suspect they've let a secret or two slip. I suspect a little treachery would take you far.
We don't trade with Atreides scum or their sympathizers.
Welcome, stranger. If you come seeking treatment, I have all manner of locally sourced natural remedies for whatever ails you. Do not underestimate the potency of ground Zithrakian antlion eggs. An amount no greater than the head of a pin can instigate the regeneration of necrotized tissue at the cellular level. On more primitive worlds, they believe it is magic. What is there to tell? I am a simple herbalist, plying my trade in a troubled world. Well, whoever told you that is mistaken. While I do offer healing services, they are of a simple naturopathic.
Greetings, stranger. What can I do for you? My name is Darina Danilo. I have the distinct privilege of serving the Landsraad representatives of House Spined here on Arrakis. Though mine is a double calling. I'm also a chef sought out by the nobles of many houses. Good taste unites us. That is not untrue. Our society produces paragons among assassins and poisoners, as well as culinary masters. As you say, our food is that good. The things I can do with Marosdir would make a paranoid man risk it all. Besides, ours is a society that cleaves to the laws of Khanli and the rules of conduct in the War of Assassins. We are that code's most devoted servants. Ours is a culture where politeness and coyness walk hand in hand. It is vulgar to say who is and who is not a practicing assassin. I will say that Harko Village offers multiple levels of opportunity for my house, not the least of which is the demand for a skilled chef. House Harkonnen is a house of appetites, after all. From our homeworld of Drem, House Spinnet produces the finest assassins deployed throughout the Imperium. For a price. As you say, though a stagnating war like the one right here on Arrakis is to our advantage. We cleave to the laws of Conley. We perfected the precepts of a war of assassins. Following these rules costs far less lives than open war. Our precise discipline in the art of death actually saves lives across the Imperium. The math does not lie. That is why we've come to Arrakis. Why we lobbied among the Landsraad for the conflict between Duke and Baron to be a war of assassins.
House Harkonnen stands firm as the bedrock of stability. Remember the sacrifices made to secure our way of life. Seeking alliances with rival factions is an act of betrayal. Loyalty to House Harkonnen is non-negotiable. Refusing to conform to Harkonnen directives is a direct challenge to our sovereignty. Accept our rule or face the consequences. Embrace the arts and sciences under the guidance.
That is Antaresbat!
Vujki od Prejkai Vajdo. You are not the lion, but that is his beast.
Disrupting public order or inciting
Let's make this quick. I have a transport due any time now. Demo, Azat, and whoever you are, get out. And you. I don't know you. And that's a problem because it's my job to know everyone around here. Even the degenerate smuggler I declined to name as Mara Effendi. Of course I know that rogue. It's my job to know, and I'm good at my job. But then you come along to make me look bad in front of my superior. You were sighted fleeing the scene of a terrible crash. A prison transport, as I understand it, carrying work crews bound for Neo-Carthag. But here's the strange thing. We recovered the crew and passenger manifests. And what do you think we found? All hands were accounted for. 87 names, 87 bodies. Which brings us back to our central mystery. You. Who are you? How did you come to be on that shuttle? But most importantly, how are you known to the Fremen outlaw Zantara?
Avdo Prejtkiva.
The Sardaukar say he helped you, and only you.
Spado Has.
It's a shame we've not the time to dig deeper. I'm sure you would have much to share given the proper incentive. But alas, my expertise is required elsewhere. And while the Sardaukar are many things, jailers, they are not. So then, you may take your secrets to the grave. We will find and kill your Fremen confederate in any event.
No slight to you, Tors. I just thought that this interrogation might benefit from my visage. See, Sub-Prefect. Hypnoligation. This prisoner was deliberately layered with a compulsion, and my face is the trigger. Enough of this. So a mystery within a mystery. Who did this to our prisoner and why? And what does it have to do with Zantara the Lion? Bring them.
Fascinating. Your compulsion is designed to react only to the sight of my real face. This projection allows us to talk face to face, so to speak. I am Count Hazimir Fenring. I serve the Emperor as observer and confidant, and I keep his Sardaukar from getting too far off the leash. You've heard the expression, the spice must flow. I am the man who ensures that it continues to do so. So, having established who I am, we turn to you. An escaped prisoner, a survivor. But every person carries their past with them. Who are you? What is noteworthy is this sequence of events. A crashed prison transport. An escaped prisoner rescued by the outlaw Zantara. Finally, an insidious form of compulsion that forces the subject to kill themselves rather than be subject to my presence. It's almost flattering. Do you remember who gave you this compulsion? Do you know how it came to be? As you will, then. And then Zantara rescues you from the wreckage of the ship. Why you? What is your association with him? Truth be told, I am less interested in the outlaw. The Sardaukar want his head, but my interests rarely align with those of the Imperial Legion. No, I am mostly interested in whoever did this to you, and whether there is a way we can help each other. Exactly. You have been a victim of nefarious circumstance, and yet it is clear that you are a singularly resourceful individual. A survivor. I can use someone like you. Someone who can survive in difficult situations. And in return, I promise you answers. For now, do nothing. Enjoy your freedom. But when you are ready, make your way to Hannibal's bar in Harko village. Find my contact. That will let her know who you are. Be discreet. The ones who did this to you are powerful and subtle. I cannot protect you from their compulsion. We've spoken long enough. I will have the guards return your weapons and put you out in the street. I will keep my agent apprised of what I learn. I leave you with this. Do not waste sorrow over the aristocracy of misfortune. You have your life to live.
I've been waiting for you. No, not Fremen. Don't let them get inside your head, off-worlder. I'm Imperium born and bred, just like you. The Sardaukar let you go. Either you told them something valuable enough to buy your freedom, or you've been working for them all along. Which is it? Work for him. Why? This compulsion. Fenring seems unusually interested in you. I warn you, off-worlder. He's a dangerous man. He's one of the best duelists in the Imperium, but he is the Emperor's right hand. A man who works from the shadows. Whoever gave you this compulsion must not want their secrets or knowledge of your mission to fall into his hands. Do nothing, off-worlder. Carry on exactly as Fenring has asked. He's almost certainly watching you. Your best hope is to do as he bids. Meet his contact. Carry out their assignments. Pay attention. Anything Fenring asks you to do will serve a double purpose. Plans within plans. I'll do what I always do, off-worlder. Make sure you don't get killed.
I don't recognize the pattern of your footfalls. Who? Oh, you're in dubious luck, then. I am an adept of the Ginaz school. Millennia of martial knowledge distilled down to the broken form before you. Though I'm but a mangled memory of Saren Valen, a memory is enough to thrash you. Keep your distance. Seems there's an old custom on this cruel planet to cast the blind out among the dunes for burial by way of Wormbelly. Several curs accosted me to uphold that tradition. I scribed regret upon their flesh in so bold a signature as they won't soon forget. On guard. Whether you are worthy or not, my days of training are long gone. Still, there's something you could do for me, and maybe we can reach an accord. In a recent scrape, I gave as good as I got. Oh, but the knaves made off with the last possession that is important to me. The hilt of my old Gnaz sword. Find out who did this, and I would find myself obliged to you. Off you go, then.
I've not seen you before. Pray, what can you want from me? If you are asking where my allegiance lies, my sisters and brothers are smugglers. I'm with them. Who can say? Perhaps they're in the sand. Perhaps not. Some say they will return with a storm. By being reliable. By being more than a common thief, like Einar over there. Not the word I would use for that thieving addict. But yes, the spice prospector. Be wary of that one.
And what are you supposed to be? Be gone. So you have. Perhaps you possess a hidden dimension I failed to recognize. Your confidence is admirable, if not somewhat naive. Let us see how cocksure you are after you perform a task for me. I have a task for you. I've come to Arrakis in pursuit of research critical to a theory I am trying to prove. A theory I will prove. It's far too complex to explain. Suffice it to say, it involves the study of bloodlines, specifically the bloodlines of the early Fremen. Because they thrive in the desert, a place so chaotic and inhospitable that all attempts to settle it have come to abject failure. And so we study them to learn what we may, hoping that one day we too will master the sands and unlock the secrets of the spice melange. I need you to seek out old Fremen religious sites and recover what you can.
Hello, welcome. How can the Spacing Guild be of service? No, I'm merely a servant of the administration, I'm afraid. Here to acquire spice from the resourceful and determined, as well as the rude. Oh, dear. Nowhere is there a place that more plainly tells its own story as Harco. Merely look down into the slave pit and up to the spire. In Harco, there is nothing in between. Never mind. There is a limit to what a lady will disclose so early in an acquaintance.
Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw Solaris? How much Solaris would you like to deposit?
Welcome to Hannavars. Follow 3 simple rules and you'll have a good time. Rule number 1. We maintain a segregated lounge. You must stay within your own designated cast area. The Na Familia will not abide a low-born interloper, and I don't want to hear the bitching. This rule is for your own protection. They sit around waiting for any excuse to invoke Canley and kill you where you stand. Rule number 2. All drinks cost what they cost. You pay up front, no haggling, and no discounts for any Harkonnens. Don't even ask. Rule number 3, stay out of the back room. It's off limits. I'm Anushka Hannavar. This is my place. At its heart, a village like any other. At least it was before they came. Grigori Harkonnen was an unusually agreeable village lord, especially for a Harkonnen. But then Carthage was destroyed, and all those great house bastards took up here in Harko. Glossu the Beast Raban and his snake of a Mentat. A name I shall not utter lest his evil gaze turns upon me. Have to hand it to Gregory, though. He played it exactly right and stood aside before the beast could push him from the spire. I speak the truth, that is all. The beast can eat Yazla. Our loyalties were to Count Abelard Raban, not his demon son. The Count used to sail with Father on whaling expeditions. It was Abelard who presented us with his beer hall in gratitude for ending Krasinok's reign of terror. But I think Father looks at the boon as more of a retirement gift from an old friend for a life of loyal service. It said Glossus strangled his father to death with his bare hands. I pray it's not true, but it said that's how the beast got his name. Wise? No. But wisdom is in shorter supply than water on Arrakis. I say what I think, and there's nothing they can do about it. I know where the bodies are buried. I know their big secret. A hidden truth about this town that would bury them all if it ever found the right ears. And they know I have contingencies in place, should anything happen to me or Father. It's a stalemate. I mess with them and they can't do anything about it. But they know I'm stuck here. Father is too old to go anywhere else. And I won't leave him. So they've got me where they want me. Until he's gone. But that's another conversation. Because you've never been to my homeworld. Every millimeter of stonecrete, every glass portal, and every shape beam in here is meant to invoke a unique construction detail found only on the ice planet, Lankivale. In truth, we are shamelessly borrowing from the renowned design mentat Hansia Einwald, but I like to think he would be flattered if he wasn't dead. The nautical theme and ornamentation celebrates our homeworld's most famous export, the magnificent and priceless furs of the great Beyondux Vale, the bones of which hang suspended above the beer hall as our dramatic centerpiece. This particular specimen was an especially infamous and fearsome beast known as Krasinok. Me? That's a good laugh. No, that would be my father, Ilyich. He was a whaleboat captain in his younger days. In fact, Father was granted this place as a boon for catching the beast. Krasinok sent more than 30 boats to the bottom before Father finally took it. 11 men and 4 limbs were lost in the 8-day running battle with the beast. Narrow harpoons bristling from its ivory hide like a hedgehog. A hide that now hangs behind the Baron's rather ample habitus as a fancy dress cape. The same thing that happens to any poor savages that don't submit to the Imperial yoke. My world had its own primitives that suffered the same fate. The ones who adapt survive. The Fremen had no chance against the Sardaukar.
Look alive, sailor. The storm is almost upon us, and I swore to milady on bent knee that I would return our beloved count in one piece. But red sky in morning, then strike the sails. There's a blow coming, and the beast won't stop its frenzied pace. We've pierced it again and again, but it will not stop. Perhaps the storm will slow it. Harko village, oh, it's a hellhole. But it's not the village itself that is important. It's what lies below. What lies below? Only the lost souls of 1,000 drowned sailors.
A kitten wanders in from the dark, lost and afraid. Can I help you, kitten? Kitten, if you needed to know that, you'd know. Why don't you come back and talk to me when you have something to talk to me about? Oh, look, the kitten is back. Do we have business? I like to think that Fenring has good taste in his acquisitions. But you look like a problem to me. My family has a sense for these things. My father calls it his spice nose. Knowing when a job is going to go bad. And you're bad news. My father prefers that other people don't discuss his business. But my name is Alara Tuek. I'm here to hold your leash, kitten. Oh, not me, kitten. This is Fenring's show. He wants you to do a little wet work. Assassination. Straight from the handbook. Educational and thrilling. Oh, it's a boring old book from almost 10,000 years ago. A list of ways to kill people, and the weapons you can use under the Great Convention. Oh, his instructions were very specific, kitten. You're going to learn the how and why of the Assassin's Handbook. Ready to get to work? I have two names to whisper to you, kitten. The Glutton and the Paranoid. Which do you want to hear about? A new leader has risen amongst the slavers of the Haga Basin. We know almost nothing, except this. His appetite is voracious. The Assassin's Handbook teaches us of chaumas, poison in the food. Take this file, find this leader, and poison his food. Your way has been prepared. Our agent, Petir, hides among the slavers. Find Petir, and he will tell you what he knows. If you are caught, you do not know me. You have never heard the name Fenring. Do you accept, kitten? Then go, kitten. Show them your claws. Oh, look, the kitten is back. Do we have business? Easy, kitten. You ought to buy me a drink before opening with a crazy rant like that. Who did what to whom? Oh, perhaps not so crazy after all. What would you like? A pat on the head? I'm a professional intermediary. Even I do not know who hired me to arrange this. Now, you could escalate things, but no one would like the results of that, and you still wouldn't have answers. We could go through all that drama, or I could placate you by telling you exactly where to find the sandflies who did this, and you can wring what satisfaction you can from their necks. I've marked the location on your sync chart. Their base is in the para-north of Haga Basin. Don't expect a warm welcome, and don't mention my name.
Yes? What can I do for you? Yes, no. What that lot believes is as hard to grasp as the water they rob. They claim to be Fremen, but also despise the Fremen. Perhaps you can untangle their minds. But be mindful, their leader Nala may not be Saidina, but it's certain that she is powerful. She has a strong hold on her believers. There remain some local town Fremen. You could ask one of them. Of course, they will tell you nothing. You are right. This is a Harkonnen place. If I were still with my unit, I would not survive long here. Now the Harkonnen regard me with hateful indifference. A status I have won by no easy means. That, my friend, is for another time. Try to stay alive until then, if you are able.
I'm going to stop you right there and say straight off that for any repair, construction, or renovation job, I'm booked solid through the next 8 months. So don't even ask. Best I can do is maybe let you have a few supplies, what little I can get my hands on, that is. War's great for repair work, but the supply chain's as gone as the Fremen.
Hello. If you're planning to head out to collect spice, I have all that you need. Is it not the reason we are all here? Spice is life, but more importantly, spice is wealth. With spice, everything is possible, and it's right out there for the taking. If you can avoid everything that will kill you, which is everything. Eager to get out there, are we? I know very well how you feel. The riches you've dreamt of seem within reach, don't they? Well, you still have some distance to cover. When you first start out, you will be able to do little more than grab it with your hands, but you won't get much that way. It tends to slip through the fingers. It's best to get a static compactor. Well, down the road, when you're ready, we can talk about getting your hands on a crawler. That is all there is to it. Where there are worms, there is spice. Plenty right here. But the deep desert, out beyond the shield wall, is where the real fortunes lie. For the time being, I would leave that to the adults. You had best cut your teeth within reach of Harko. Just watch for those purple spice blows, and get in quick. Of course. Though I can see why you might think otherwise. I don't look like those other sand eaters, right? Too young, too clean. Yes, I will admit I'm spending less time on the dunes these days. To be honest, I've done well for myself, and prospecting's more of a sideline now. Avoid? Everywhere is as good as any to get yourself murdered on Arrakis. But you might want to avoid anything promising something worse than death. No, friend, that is not all. But I don't have all day to go through the list, do I? I will tell you this. Don't listen to a word from Asmara Effendi or any of her smuggler comrades. At least the scavengers know they are scavengers. Smugglers are hardly any different. But that is not how they see it. According to them, any trade not claimed by a house is theirs. Like they are the only legitimate thieves in this world. Little emperors they are. But never mind, that is a small matter. And you have greater things ahead.
I see you. I see you. Just a moment. I mean no offense by my delay. My limbs do not respond as quickly as they once did. You will be wanting a dram of my water, is that right? Oh, I have lived here all my life. Even so, I don't think I can tell you very much. My father knew so much of this place, a story for every moment. He was a fine man. It's been Harko Village since before I was born, but my father told me that not much before my time. It was called Gerona, before the Harkonnen came. Their name is lost to my memory, but many riches they had. My father spoke of them many times. I remember because he wished the Harkonnen never came. Father said life before the Harkonnen was hard, but not cruel. The Harkonnen changed everything, but it's all I've ever known. Oh, so many, many things. Old stories of our people, songs he taught me. But there was one thing I still remember, because it always set my mind to dreaming. I'll say, but only if you never tell another. I will trust you. He said that Harko hides a great secret. I know every old place has secrets, but this was different. If you find it, you'll tell me, won't you? I trace my blood through theirs, yes. But we here have grown far from our brothers and sisters out in the far reaches of the desert. I myself have never even seen the inside of a siege. Oh, I know nothing of their world, but understand, a location is of no use to you. You will find nothing if they do not wish to be found. Fortunate for someone like you. Meeting them would be only the beginning of your troubles. This is their world, their home. Outfriend bring nothing but misery. To the Fremen, you may serve only as water for the tribe.
Yes, I see you. State your business. This is not the den of leisure and luxury it appears to be. I am busy. What do you want? That remains to be seen. What I can do is provide access to certain resources, or the tools to mine them yourself. If you have already got all that, I can set you up with what you need to start refining those resources. That depends on what you are looking for, friend. Whether I tell you or not depends on how generous I'm feeling at that moment. I will tell you this much. There is plenty of salvage in the area. It is more useful than the name implies, and a resource that is near to my heart. I am always interested in articles of that type. Come see me anytime, and I will give you a price above all others. That wasn't much Solari. Grigori Harkonnen is the village lord. Has been for nearly 2 centuries. But since the destruction of Karthik, Glossu Raban often appears. Much to Grigori's displeasure, it is said. One can easily imagine a fair number of reasons. Glossu Raban is not a subtle man. His presence is to the displeasure of just about everyone he meets. Whatever do you mean? I merely said it would be a pleasure to assist you. Now, let us get on with it before you're accidentally struck with a welding laser. This can be a dangerous area.
Can't get enough of me, can you?
Hello again.
My glorious house permits me to make trades with those who have earned the goodwill of the Landsraad.
Without a decree of the Landsraad favor, you waste not only your time, but mine.
It seems the benevolence of the Landsraad does not shine upon you. Leave.
It would seem the Landsraad's favor does not extend to you. Welcome, stranger. If you come seeking treatment, I have all manner of local...
Welcome, fellow citizen. How is it that the Imperial Tax Administratum can assist you today? You're back. I'm afraid that's a matter you would have to take up with the Imperial Bailiff Authority. In most cases, you would simply be given additional time to pay, at the end of which you would pay, or be remanded to a local debtor's prison until your outstanding balance was settled. Unfortunately, that second outcome mostly equates to the death penalty, or so I'm told. Apparently, the pox is rife within the dungeons, and one is not expected to survive very long. I am the duly appointed agent of the Imperial Tax Administratum, a small but critical cog in the mighty economic engine that drives our glorious Imperium ever forward. An engine, I may add, that requires a nearly incalculable and inexhaustible source of fuel to continue forward. And what do you think that fuel is? Of course, it's money. Indeed, your salary contributions, whether they be from property tithes, regional taxes, or the like, keep our great engine lurching ever forward. And it is my sacred duty to collect them. They are remitted to the Imperial Treasury to be dispersed as our great Padishah Emperor and his Mentat auditors see fit. I'm sure there's a war somewhere that needs paying for. There isn't much to tell. One provincial backwater is much the same as the next, although I'll admit some are less desolate than others. While Harco has the makings of something more, I'm afraid that potential will never be realized under the current administration. While I'm certain that Count Raban has the village's best interests at heart, I'm afraid he is all consumed with the Neo-Carthag construction project. And unfortunately, Neo-Carthag is both over time and over budget, which leaves the Count with little bandwidth for village matters. And Harco suffers as a result. Why Count Raban doesn't simply restore the village's previous and rightful lord to the position is beyond me. It's Count Raban's own cousin, Grigori Harkonnen, a most agreeable and competent village headman, if there ever was. Grigori was the custodian of Harco long before the beast and his retinue arrived, and will be so again when Neo-Carthag is finally complete. Not even the Baron himself can predict that. No, the project has been plagued in every way possible. From sabotage to sandstorm damage to the theft of key construction materials, which are then offered back to Count Raban at an exorbitant markup. Thus far, Neo-Carthag has been an unmitigated disaster. Believe me, I've seen the books.
Welcome, stranger. What business have you with House Alexan? The name is Graham Candace, diplomatic envoy for House Alexan. I think that's my title anyway. It's a bit complicated. Truth be told, I'm just a glorified farmer, more at ease with gourd seeds than politics. But they needed to send someone, and, well, here I am. Well, I may still have dirt under my fingernails, but I know enough about politics to avoid just giving out that information. Perhaps. I've been told to find the right sort of help to achieve our long-term goals here on Arrakis. In payment, I can offer political goodwill. Our vote on the High Council of the Landsraad. In matters pertaining to Arrakis, we can be swayed with the right incentives. I don't understand what you're suggesting, but if it is what I think it is, House Alexan refuses. We are not interested in bribes. If you haven't heard of House Alexan, you will soon. Our influence grows rapidly into hearts, minds, and most of all, stomachs. We're traditional farmers and producers. We feed half the Imperium at any given time and make sure that nobody from Mala to Noble goes hungry. Oh, but you're wrong. Arrakis has the greatest crop of all, melange. A part of my mission here is to study the methods of harvesting and find options. Alas, I have said too much on this topic. Please, let's speak of other things.
Still alive, are you?
Oh, we meet again. The rhyme of your stride betrays you. Yes? I see. Then I would like to amend our contract. Bring back my sword hilt. Do what you must to the sandflies. All that matters is the sword hilt. It's all I have left of my past. Please bring it to me. I will train you if you do.
Trust in the wisdom someone.
Where's backup?
Enemy sighted.
They're coming!
You made a wrong this one's a fight.
Enemy sighted. You look strong
that?
and able. Identify.
Kunladi, progress on the construction of Neo-Karthag is lagging far behind where it should be. This is due in no small part to a lack of adequate labor. Yet, I hear reports that the wild places of the world are crawling with scavengers, brigands, and fugitives of every sort. Take your forces to Jabal Ifrit and bring me the slaves we need. Do not fail me in this, Kunladi. The only thing that separates your criminal family from the scavengers is your Imperial sanction as a supplier of critical infrastructure. It's time to supply that infrastructure, or you will be part of it, Lord Rabban.
Some of our scouts have just returned. They report that the Zalakidir is thick with new scavenger camps. The skies above are heavily trafficked by both warring houses, and the destruction they rain upon the desert draws the scavies like flies. A bounteous harvest, as my father would say, and easy pickings. At this point, we just need to be moving as many live bodies as possible. Quantity over quality. We are processing 2 slave heads per week when we should be processing 4 or 5. Our scouts in the Graben report they're tracking several bands of deserters. I know the reward money would be nice, but more often than not, the deserters are better equipped and trained than our guys. It's not worth the effort. For now, let us focus our captured teams on the Zalakidir and knock some heads, as my father would say. We need to get Lord Rabban his mala before we become that mala.
On your knees. Break up looking.
Shield it! Let's go, slave!
Kunladi, progress on the construction of Neo-Karthag is lagging far behind where it should be. This is due in no small part to a lack of adequate labor. Yet, I hear reports that the wild places of the world are crawling with scavengers, brigands, and fugitives of every sort. Take your forces to Jabal Ifrit and bring me the slaves we need. Do not fail me in this, Kunladi. The only thing that separates your criminal family from the scavengers is your Imperial sanction as a supplier of critical infrastructure. It's time to supply that infrastructure, or you will be part of it, Lord Rabban.
Leave me alone. Unless... Are you the one I have been waiting for? Oh, thanks, the Emperor. Tell Ilara that I am done. I cannot do this kind of work anymore. When I first got here, I infiltrated the slaves quickly. I heard about the special cadre of slaves being kept for a special leader. I knew this is who we were looking for, but... It's people! He cuts them open and tears off their flesh in great quivering chunks. I have seen him. Sometimes he doesn't wait until they are dead. Take it. Take the key. But I warn you, do not go down there. He'll be waiting. He can smell anything, anywhere.
Should have washed yourself in blood. Chamas, poison in the food. Most poisons don't work on Arrakis. The spice protects. I wonder
one who sent you here knew that. Or if they had plans within plans. This hunger I have, it isn't natural. It controls me. It compels. Do you ever feel compelled? Morsel. Are you driven by something you cannot define? Do you control it? Or does it control you? Your body will be unfit.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is... Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I need help.
Someone here! I need backup! What's your purpose? I saw someone.
here.